Voix, how wonderful to see you.
It's gorgeous to see you.
So, now, we've met on so many occasions, and now you're stratospheric. I mean, you're part of RuPaul's world. The La Voix world has always been beautiful and sparkly and kind and lovely. And now you're world famous now.
Oh, stop it. Well, a global icon, you could say.
Global icon.
I'm trying to be humble, Gabby. No. But, thank you. That's a lovely thing to say. I've been doing what I've been doing for, over 20 years now. And like anything in this industry, I very much live theatre and travelling around, and I adore it. And to get those little moments, those little breakthrough moments, those little TV breaks, those little bits that get in, and as that profile raises, what it's like in this game, it's all about the profile and all of that. It's been wonderful to not get the TV breaks per se, as much as I would love that. It's about having a bigger platform to spread the laughter, the comedy, the joy, and that's what I love to do. So to get that slight break in, RuPaul was amazing. I had a great time on that show.
Did you enjoy it?
I had the time of my life. Petrifying, the thought of doing it, because you know what it's like, the edit looks petrifying. They make it look so fierce and so horrifically daunting and bitchy and challenging. The actual reality of the show was amazing fun.
That's what every single queen that I've spoken to who's done it
The best
all
time.
says they have the best time.
It was like the best summer camp you've ever had with people you don't know, and you eat together and you sleep in the same hotel and you're thrown into these crazy scenarios, and you would imagine that it would be dog eat dog, everyone for himself. And of course, there is an element of that because you want to win and get through each week. But you just pull together, and it was lovely to have support and connection with people you've never met that are very much younger than me, because some of them, 20, 30 years younger.
But you're only 21, aren't you?
Of course. I was barely legal enough to do the show. And that was amazing to make, because I think when you get older, you become a little bit hardened to thinking, not that you know better, but they're going to think that you know better. So you're prepared for that backlash of, the pressure's been on. You've been doing it a long time, so you should know how to do it better.
Do you actually feel that, though? Because La Voix has been around, as you say, 20 years. Do you feel different now than you did then when you started? You still seem to me...
No.
I mean, I've known you for a long time and interviewed you many times over the years. I don't think you've changed. You look, apart from the fact you look exactly the same. It is extraordinary.
Thank you. Good surgeon.
But you still... Yeah, I mean, you're funny. You've got funny bones. You love what you do. You want people to enjoy what you do. So that's what I get from you. That
100%.
hasn't changed.
That hasn't changed. No, I don't feel any different. I think you lose a bit of bravado of youth as you get older, so the nerves kick in more, strangely.
Do they?
So the gigs get bigger and then the nerves kick in. I think they do. I think the pressure to be, you did a really funny comedy roast on Drag Race, so now we're going to go and see 2 hours of her do stand-up. They don't think that, but that's the pressure I put on myself.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you almost feel like it's easier almost before you get the TV breaks, because it's easier to be unknown, and then people go, I'd never heard of you, but you were amazing. To go like, we love what you do, we can't wait to see you live. You sort of go, crikey,
But BGT, that was...
Oh my, well, that was 2014.
So
that was...
must have been one of the first times I spoke to you.
It must have been, because it was...
Oh, my word.
It was the year of Calabro, it was that year. Over 10 years ago. I remember thinking the show had its day back then, thinking, I'm on the end of the show, but it's still going now.
But people will remember you from that. They remember you from all sorts of things. But I hope it's all right. I want to talk about, obviously we're going to talk about your music, written by the people who write Steps music. Excuse me.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me. I was listening to it on the way in this morning.
Oh, thank you. I'm so proud of it. I think it's so fun and so upbeat and just boppy, and it is what it is. There's no really deep meaning. It's just good, frivolous pop that makes
But that's what we need.
It's totally what we need.
Yeah.
Those big feel-good anthems, we need that.
Yeah. Actually, that's what it is, properly an anthem.
Isn't it? It's Eurovision meets Steps, meets Pops, meets all of that stuff.
Yes, it really is. But so here's the thing. That's what I've always said. One day, if I have to go into a care home, I want to go into a care home run by drag queens who sing musical theatre all day. All day. But I think there's a TV show in that where there
What, you going in a care home?
no, a drag queen, a home run by drag queens that we all go into. I would go into that home like that. But there are people who, not people I know, or luckily not people we know, we hope, but there are people out there who just go, drag queens, oh no. What is that about? Drag queens are always about
I think
joy
I think from a lot, there's different elements of it. And I think with the art of drag, I think there is so many elements of it that are different. And everyone tends to think of it as one thing. And it depends. A lot of people might have only seen it in a pub, maybe with a very potty mouth and very sweary and a bit crass. So they might see that side of it. So they might think, oh, it's not for me. It's a bit crude.
Right.
Or it's the other side of it where they just go, I don't understand why anyone would want to do that. So it's that sort of unknown. And 9 times out of 10, I will get people, grown men who used to, I don't know, especially when I do a lot of the cruise ships, they're all in their 70s. They might have been in the Navy. They might have been miners. They might have been builders. And it's always them that come up to me and say, my wife booked the tickets and I didn't know what to expect, but I've never laughed so much in my life. And it's always the grown, heterosexual, older men that have grown up, and they forget they've grown up with your Lily Savages and all of that, and Danny LaRue's, and go right back to so many of them that have grown up in that. And I think it was on the telly more than it was almost on the telly now. And I think people think it's a new thing that's on the telly. Of course, Drag Race is a massive resurgence of people from Drag Race doing a lot of the quiz shows and the interview shows. But it was mainstream presenting then. It was presenting. It was Dame Edna with a chat show.
Oh my
God. It was
God.
Savage on Blankety Blank.
Yeah, I'm Savage. I still miss him every single day. He was a very dear friend of mine, as everybody knows. But you should have heard him when you talked about people who didn't get drag. You knew Savage as well. Oh, he was potty mouthed about it, and he would say it as it was. And he said there are people there are people who are scared. Mm-hmm. And there are people who are fearful of the unknown, and there are people who don't understand. So instead of slagging them off, just saying, okay, tell me about it.
Yeah.
And he
go
said, if you
see
tell
a show, go and see it. You're supposed to say, all right, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think it was for me. And I think, well, what were you expecting? What were you expecting before you walked in? Because whatever you're expecting, you haven't seen it. It's like just going to see a singer or an actress or anyone and going, oh, it's not for me. But you just don't know what they're like.
You don't know until you do it.
And I pride myself on doing 2 hours of really clever comedy that's not potty mouth.
You work hard.
I don't swear. It's not, the innuendos are there. The innuendos are clever, and
you have to do that.
And I pride that. I pride on that.
But kids can see you and they wouldn't get those innuendos.
Yeah, of course.
Go straight over there.
It's 20 years.
Panto.
20 years of panto I've done. You get it from that. And I adore it. And the impersonations and the comedy and the music and linking it all together with the band and the comedy and the live singing, for me, it's true variety what I like to deliver on stage. So it's for everyone. You can't say it's not for you. Come and see it. You'll have the best night. Do you know what I mean?
So when Voix, I don't know how to say it. So when Voix was born,
yes.
I can't think of how to say it. So when
just say it. Just
so
say
when
it.
you were
You won't
younger,
offend me.
no, I know,
Yeah.
but I know, but I want to be polite. When you were younger, when did Voix appear to you? The character.
Oh my gosh. So when I go back, interesting fact, because you mentioned about care homes, my parents ran an old people's home. That was a family business. So I grew up in a care home. So if that actual happened, it would be full circle if I ended up working in a care home.
No,
Anyway,
you're not working. You're looking after
you.
me.
Yeah, bathing you, basically.
And singing musical theatre.
Singing music.
Fabulous.
Well, I will leave on the toileting bit. I'm not doing that, Gabby. I've known you too many years. Someone else can do that bit. But no, so I grew up and I remember always being obsessed with, like a lot of kids, with dressing up, fancy dress. Every birthday I wanted to be a fancy dress party. I remember dressing up as a giraffe or a tennis player when Wimbledon was on, or Dolly Parton. It was never just sparkly clothes and wigs and women's clothing, heels. It was anything at all. It was always about playing into characters and entertaining.
And of course, school as well.
And at school as well. Oh my gosh, at school. Do you know the first time I ever put on a sparkly gold lame blouse and heels? I was 10 or 11, I was leaving primary school to go to secondary school, and they had a Leavers concert, and I lip-synced Top of the World and dressed as Karen Carpenter.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
At the age of 11. I mean, it was amazing. And then, I did Diana Ross when I left secondary school. And it's always been there.
What did the other kids make of it?
I remember looking back is bringing the entire, well, it was a school hall, it wasn't a theatre, it was like the gym, and all the parents came to watch it. I remember just hearing this laughter and sort of not shock, but oh my gosh, this is not like any of the kids have done. The kids have done a gymnastics routine or played the guitar, or and I got on there in a sparkly top and sang a song that generation knew. I shouldn't have known the Carpenters at 11, and they all knew that. And I remember thinking, oh, that's interesting. That's got the laughter from the adults. And I remember that being the hook of like, oh, I want to do that. I want to see people laughing more, the entertainment. Kids, I think the kids...
Did it go over just straight over their heads?
I even don't remember worrying or thinking what the kids thought.
Wow.
Just focusing on
But you were never bullied
audience.
or anything for doing those things?
No, not looking back.
Yes.
Not looking back. Oh, if I was, it hasn't affected me as an adult to remember it.
I'm so pleased.
Well, you think it would have been, wouldn't it? You would have think back in those days, back in the 90s when I was at school, it would have been very much... something that you'd laid into you for.
Oh, but I'm so pleased because another friend of mine who has been doing drag on and off for years used to do it at school, and the kids never, ever, ever bullied him, but they used to just not understand him, and he said he didn't really mind that. He didn't mind it. But he didn't understand it either because he loved it.
Yeah, I
he
can
knew
relate to that. I can relate to you in being
slightly
slightly different, being slightly wanting to just not being interested in the boring academic side or the literature side, but just wanting to entertain, put on shows. How can I make people laugh? Why does that make you laugh? Why does that make you sad? Why is that funny? And being sure. And as I grew up, I remember not realising I never would have thought I would go into doing stand-up comedy shows and stuff.
Really?
Never. Oh my God, no. It's like so many people.
But you've got funny bones.
I think, so I knew what was funny, but I never would have thought I could have just stood up and done straight stand-up. And I remember when I first started just doing song after song after song after song and never speaking in between. And then slowly getting the confidence of, oh, that joke. And then realising now I would do comedy over the singing. Singing's so stressful. You've got to be warm and get your vocal health.
You've just got an EP out.
Yes, I shouldn't be saying that when we're trying to plug a song, but I find that more stressful than the comedy. Which if you'd said that 10 years ago, I would have been, no, that's crazy.
I'm really surprised.
Because I love hearing people laugh and coming up with the stupid material and just being a buffoon and a clown. I just adore it. Don't want to take anything seriously.
But and you've gone through stuff, and recently as well. And I'm so sorry about what you've gone through, but you epitomise sort of my whole ethos about spreading joy, and wanting people to feel better. When you don't hear the laughter, do you do the tryout gigs that people do?
No, never do that.
Oh, you don't even do
never
those?
do that. I think
so you just get the laughter.
Never do that. Never do the I'll do some work in progress shows. I was like,
yes.
No, I can't do that. I did recently a show at the Lyric Theatre on the Shaftesbury Avenue. It was sold out. So it was like 2,000 people. I'd written a whole new show. I'd just come out of pantomime. And the first time I did that show was in front of that 2,000 people audience. And
do you not practice on anybody?
No, I can't do it. I remember once trying to work with a comedy writer, great friend of mine, and he made me stand up in his living room and read this entire comedy script out. It was awful. I hated every second. And he was like, just do it, just do it. And to be fair, I learnt so much from him, but I also learnt that I never want to do... I don't think any comedian likes rehearsals.
So, okay, talk me
through
through getting ready for that show that you do the first time in front of 2,000 people. You just come out of panto. Did you write it down or did it...
I write it down and I'll get a laugh on that. I'll know from... And if someone else, I go, no, that won't work for me. That'll work for me. Okay, move that word to there. That's
so
clever.
You write it?
Yeah, I think, but it's more... I almost hear it rather than physically write it down. So when I'm on stage, I have what I call my prompt sheets, and it'll just have words. It'll say things like vegans, travel, trains, and I'll know that I've got material on that, and I'll just riff with it. And sometimes it's almost like having mini rants, and
yes.
You'll try it, and you'll find a bit that laughs. And if I've got a big laugh on a section, I'll go, okay, that's the peak, sort of the landmine. Let's move on to the next thing. If you try and over-egg it, then it dwindles. And it's learning what I call the landmines. So sometimes that will come really early, and you'll go, oh, great, that's a great joke. And then you want to move on. Sometimes you can try for 10 minutes on that rant and you're getting nothing. But I'm quite happy to say, oh, well, that didn't work, did it? Oh, that was, or that got a bigger laugh when I was in Manchester. And ways of getting myself out of it. You know, oh, I'm glad. Thank you for laughing, both of you. You know, that's always a good line. You know, all of those. It just so I never let them know. I know that didn't work. If they know I know it didn't work, they'll still laugh with you.
So you, and I mean, I've said this to you before, and I know you don't mind me saying it. You are wonderfully old-fashioned.
Oh,
I'll
take that.
You're from another era, and yet you fit in so perfectly now. You really do. You're what we all need, apart from anything else, because with the news and with everything that's going on in the world, there's, it's horrible and frightening and not very nice. But you're exactly what we need when people who don't realise you're what they need. Like you say about the man who comes up to you as a minor and he's on a cruise ship and he said, I didn't know, my wife booked it. You're what people need and they didn't realise they needed you.
Yeah, and I think people are scared to talk about anything at the minute. I think we've got the woke culture going on, the cancel culture. And when I say I don't live up to that, or it's not that I'm saying I don't respect it, but I will speak as I find on stage in my show. And I don't mean in a crass, offensive way by, crossing lines, but we can still talk about things. Just if let's try and understand them together. And what I love doing on my latest tour, which I'm planning on now and coming up, is I've got this whole new audience from the drag race world.
You're going everywhere. You're going everywhere.
I've just flown in from Scotland yesterday. The highest point of the Outer Hebrides. I've flown a propeller plane in. I didn't even know they still existed. It was petrifying.
A what plane?
A propeller plane. A little prop plane. I didn't know. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
In full drag?
No.
Oh, please.
No, well, I could do that, but it's too much to take off during security. All the earrings and the jewellery. Could you imagine? I'd be naked by the time. Could you imagine? Could you just take that off, madam? I'd be naked going through. No, but I've got this whole, a younger generation from Drag Race who are beautifully accepting and creating this whole world, which is just stripping away all these things. And as an older generation, we get so scared about why did I want this and why did I want that? And it's when you break it down, it's so lovely that, well, why can't we all just be the same and all get rid of the rules and the myths? And it's so pure in its essence. If you can let go of the fear, I think it's beautiful. I've then got the older generation from the cruise ship world and all that stuff I've done. So, of course, put my show in a theatre and it's a mix. So now I've got this drag race demographic and the old school audience that have followed me for years. And I was on stage thinking, I don't want to just go, I'll do those jokes for the drag race people, but the others won't understand it. So I'll do those jokes, but the woke community might get offended. I thought, this is crazy. So I said to people, look, we've got a huge mix in this theatre. Let's all mingle in the interval. And I'm going to pick a few people, different generations. At the top of Act 2, we're going to talk about something you've learnt from a younger person, or if you're a younger person, so from an older person. And I was like, right, so you, Bob, there, and you, Sharon up there, and, someone down here called River with a primary colour hair that's, new generation. We're going to pick on you, and you've got to tell me something you've learnt that you didn't know from a different generation. And it was the best opening.
What happened?
So a man who had a flat cap on, who was a farmer, said, I learned, and he clicked his hands in the air, and he went, I learned slay, and he clicked his hands like this. Which I can't stand all that clicking thing. I like an applause. I don't even know what that means. I was thinking it's a Q&A. And I was like, this farmer has just learnt this lingo. It's, drag race. And I was like, do you know what it means? Yeah, it means I've done really well. And I was like, this is amazing. And then the younger generation had learnt about ring doorbells and how the new generation, our generation still struggle with ring doorbells and going like, hello, and can you hear me? And all that stuff. I thought that was hilarious. And
what a lovely thing to do.
And it was just so lovely.
So you've got your stand-up, you've got your tour. If people want to go, they go onto your you've got your own website.
Yeah, levoir.co.uk. It's all on there.
And that you've got your music out with the person that writes for Steps. It's just perfect. Why have you not done Eurovision?
Oh, do you know what? Years ago I applied with a wonderful song. I thought it was great. It's called Kinda Groovy. It's on my Spotify. It was a great, great song. And we applied, but then we just never got picked.
That's what I was listening to this morning.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
I was listening to loads of your songs on
Yeah,
on
and it's
Spotify.
on there, and it's a great, really catchy song. And
but
do you know what?
It's very Eurovision.
We were going to do a video in Café de Paris, and the song that got picked is very similar, Gabby, and the video they filmed, even though we never said this publicly, was in Café de Paris.
No.
So we were on the right path. I was on the right path. One day.
You will.
One day. I'd love to do it. I think the whole thing is ridiculously camp.
Yes.
And I'm
so
ridiculously camp. So the whole thing together would be an explosion of fabulous.
Okay, so you've got your single out, the EP out, you've got your tour, you've got all of that. what you never not want something else, because when I've interviewed you before, you said I'd love to do this, I'd love to do that. TV shows?
I'd love to do.
You should be
it's so
hosting
funny.
a TV show.
Everyone says that to me, and why it's not happening,
Well, Blind Date's coming back. Why don't you?
Oh,
ask?
is it? See, I'd
Yeah.
love that. You see, I did Panto with Scylla many years ago.
My word. Priscilla, who was such a dear friend of Savage's as well.
So fabulous. I had amazing experience.
So
working
you're
with
doing
her.
Blind Date, so they're doing it on Disney. Disney
Ah,
Plus.
nice.
Get in touch with them. Call them afterwards.
I would love it. What I would like is, I'd like to do a show, because I've done, your Britain's Got Talents. I did Queen of the Universe on Paramount, RuPaul's Drag Race, where you're locked away, your phone's taken off you. I'd like to do a show where I'm not being judged.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
I can not have my phone, I can speak to people in between filmings, all of that.
Yes.
It's not a competition would be nice.
But,
Because
yeah, okay, choose it.
presenting something, working with
what?
everyday people.
Okay, so what would you like to present?
I think Blankety Blank is a great format. I'd like to do a good old chat show like what Dame Edna did. Not where people come on and just...
So why don't you just do that on
plug
YouTube
books.
anyway?
I could do that. Of course I could do that.
YouTube's the future and where it all is. And older people are watching YouTube
Yeah.
as well.
There's no reason why I'm not, except just being very, very busy doing my...
I love that
Other
you're so
stuff.
busy.
I love the live theatre. I love it. I think I'd like to do something with an audience, because I'd miss the applause and
Yeah,
the laughter.
no, absolutely, and that's what keeps you going. Away from the showbiz and everything, when Le Voix is just quiet at home and not Le Voix, not being Le Voiry, not Le Voiring. Oh, you could be anything.
Le voir, you've made it into a
Voiring.
verb. I love that. Le voiring.
How's all of that? Are you able to put your feet
I am.
up
Do you know, I
now?
find it hard.
You're not very. I remember you telling me before.
Yeah,
I'm
really
not good
hard.
at just sitting.
Not very
at
good
home.
at sitting doing nothing. I like anything outside. I've realised my work is a lot in dark theatres. You'll go in on the lunchtime, you don't leave till the night, you're in a dark theatre, or even if you're in a TV shoot, it's dark and it's all the lights. Anything outside, gardening, walks, fresh air. It's almost that whole lockdown time, I think, made me really appreciate that amazing outsiders. And gardening. You're getting to an age when you love going to a garden centre.
Oh, you're not going garden. You're not
Garden centres.
Lavoiring at the garden centre.
Lavoiring at the cake and tea in the coffee shops. It's got to be done.
No, I
That's-
can't play as Lavoie.
Well, I have opened a garden centre as Lavoir once.
You've.
Gabby, don't
Did you-
judge me, please.
Did you cut a ribbon?
This was going on.
Did you ribbon cut? Were you Lavoiring?
Can I tell you this?
Opening.
So they had a tiny stage that they built, which was literally like, some pallets that they put a bit of wood on. And I was like, oh yeah, and you get these things.
Oh,
don't
but
you?
it's lovely.
On a lovely day. I was like, yeah,
Look.
I'll come and do that.
Yeah,
And I arrived thinking, oh God, and they wanted me to sing. And I was like, oh God, I'm actually going to sing in this garden centre. So I put this little flowery dress on, trying to be all on trend. And they had this PA system with a microphone, and I was singing. There was a few people there, waving and politely filming on their phones and going, "This is wonderful."
Oh.
And there's a video of me singing ABBA, and I'm trying to get everyone singing, and a woman walks past the camera with a trolley full of grow bags. She didn't even wait till I'd finished, Gabby. Straight past the stage in front of me to go to the till with bags of grow bags. I thought, that's when you've made it.
Oh my word! I love that. Put that video out on your Instagram. Oh, that is hysterical. The things that we do. But you need. I'm
You must have done some odd things.
Yeah, of course I have. I remember.
Can you remember
giving-
the odd? What's the odd?
Yeah,
Can you remember certain odd things?
Hosting an awards where we crowned the street line painter of the year.
Is it brilliant?
But also, it's a real. It's
But
a
you never
craft.
forget those moments.
It's a craft.
It's an amazing craft.
Yeah. And I talked to them for quite a while about, actually, because I was amazed how they did it.
But it's those people that have those jobs that are genuinely fascinating.
But also those people are why you and I are still able to do what we do.
Yeah.
And
Or
if it
still
wasn't-
able to drive, because I'm a terrible driver. So without that line painter, I'd
But
be all
all
over.
those people who, thank you very much, buy our stuff, watch us, listen to us.
100%.
They're the ones.
And that is who I do my shows for.
Yeah.
And I will do
too.
that. If I would rather have that than an endless celebrity-filled audience. I would rather have that woman from the Isle of Wight, that person who's a school teacher, from Scotland and all that, because they have the most hilarious. We think we have bonkers lives. They have crazy things happen to them, and I love talking to them.
Yeah.
I remember, was it I think it was a Graham Norton show years ago. Never forgot this. And he had people on the sofa that weren't celebrities, but we all knew who they were. And it was the woman who was the feet at the end of the bill that used to walk away. It was the voice of BT that going to the number you've called, not be recognised. And I thought it was the most amazing version of that chat show, because we didn't know who they were. So the woman said, "This is what I've done," and everyone goes, "Oh my God, it's your feet!" And they're more iconic than people have been in the industry for years.
I remember interviewing the woman who was in the Shake and Vac advert.
Oh my gosh! You do the shake and vac and bring the freshness back. Do the shake and vac and bring the freshness back. Yes,
we'll do the ad now. But that had more people going hysterical that it was that woman. It was a BBC One 7 o'clock show called TV's Greatest Hits, and everyone was more excited about her coming on that than any of the big celebrities.
It's so true. Because they're just iconic. You grew up with them, and it brings back memories of sat at home with your family watching telly. Yeah. You can paint almost where you were.
You're like I said, you're ageless. So all ages, all demographics, all sexualities, all colours, all religions, they can come to you, and it's a safe place, and you take elements of all of our lives and you just make them funny. But you're not cruel.
Yeah. No, we all have the same worries and the same troubles and the same strives. Some people's worries and concerns of their lives obviously fall in different areas with regard to what you said, whether it's race or gender or sexuality, but it's not what defines them. No. At the end of the day, we all still get irritated at the self-service checkout if we can't use it, or we still get, traffic or your phones or trying to keep up with technology. It's the same thing.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
And if you strip away the fact of being obsessed with, I don't understand what that bit means if they're trans, get rid of that. Just have a chat about,
But also, at the really, 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 and as corny and trite as it sounds, love is love. Let anybody, just be kind, actually. And your act is being kind. So have you planned a panto already?
Say? Yeah, but I just want to...
Okay, go.
I always say people, they won't remember what you said. They won't remember what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
Totally.
And it's the bottom line with anything.
Yeah, totally.
And so being kind. If you don't know what to say, just be kind.
Just be kind. Shut up. Shut up and just be kind.
I should do that sometimes. Panto, yes, I'm doing panto.
No, you shouldn't shut up. Never shut up.
No, never shut up. I'm doing pantomime with Scott Mills in High Wycombe.
Oh, are you?
Doing Jack and the Beanstalk. I've never done a Jack and the Beanstalk, so I'm very excited. I did it with Vern and Kay last year.
Oh,
so
I love Vern. Vern is so good on radio.
So good. So good. Very tall.
Very tall. Perfect for you. So how high?
Can I just say, it was like working with a 16-year-old lad. It was like I had to turn into parenting mode.
That's so funny, because he's older than you.
What are you doing? Like he would hide props or, just start rattling things or pulling in the wings at a theatre, live show. What does that switch do? Like, no, you just don't do that, do you?
How lovely.
Loved it.
Love that.
Absolutely. He hasn't lost that. I mean, poor Tess Staley must be pulling her hair out, working with...
Have you done... No, you haven't.
What?
Strictly?
No.
Would you?
Yes, of course I would.
Wasn't there a rumour...
I'd do it just for the dresses.
But wasn't there a rumour that you were going to do it? There was a couple of years ago.
Was there? You sure that wasn't Crufts?
No, darling, it really...
I'd be good at that Best in Show. I could wear that rosette. I get fascinated with that show.
Yeah, but it's you having to go around on your 4 legs. You don't want to do that. On your hands and knees.
No,
and
do you know what?
Careful,
and Pudsey won Britain's Got Talent. And because, he's dead now, quite frankly, I don't care. Because that dog ruined my career on that. I could have gone up and down seesaws and through tarpaulin, Gabby. Yes, he did. And he had a movie and that was a dog. And I've done...
He's dead?
Yes.
Oh, that's really sad.
Well, it's sad. Do you know what I would like to say to...
Go on.
Oh, this is really awful because you might be watching. I don't mean to be mean.
Oh, no, don't be mean.
I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be mean. But I can't remember the girl's name who was Pudsey. It was Pudsey and... See, that's awful, isn't it? People can remember the dog, but not the hard-working girl that trained that very talented dog. Apologies, can't remember your name.
I'm going to look it up. Look it up so we can cut that bit out.
She publicly announced that Pudsey had died. I mean, if that was your bread and butter, wouldn't you just get another dog that looked the same and train it up very quickly, Gabby?
I'm going to look it up so we don't sound like you're being...
What was it?
Ashley.
Right,
do you want to pick that up again? Go on.
So, now look, Ashley and Pudsey won Britain's Got Talent. They had a movie. Sensational career. And of course, it's very sad that dog passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry that Pudsey
It is,
died.
I know. But I mean, yes. I mean, I as a Britain's Got Talent runner-up, I was a bit bitter because that dog had a better career than me for many years, Gabby. So, but I just think, Ashley, that dog, she did all that hard work. couldn't you just publicly not said that the real Pudsey died, bought another dog that looked the same, trained it up very quickly and carried on winning?
But then everybody would have said, the children would have been, why did our dog die when Pudsey lives forever?
No, they wouldn't say that. Cher's still alive. No one questions it, do they? You see? She's been around. I mean, no one has done the maths on that, do they? I think she was born at the Last Supper. I think, there's things that people don't do the maths, Gabby. People are superhuman in this industry and we love them for it. Do you know who I think is amazing?
Go on.
Gloria Hunniford.
See, I think she should be a dame. I'm so pleased you mentioned that.
Adore
I say
her.
every year she's still doing live television and it
do
doesn't
the maths.
matter.
She shouldn't be.
Don't talk about her age because it's always women. They always write about age. But she's doing live television and she is the age that she is. Make her a dame.
I wasn't talking
Dame
about age.
Gloria.
I was talking about the ability to hold the size of those necklaces up. I mean, they're getting bigger
Her
on a
and Prue.
weekly basis.
Her and Prue.
Her and Prue.
You can sing that song to her. G-L-O-R-I-A Gloria.
Oh, yeah. I was going to sing what's your theme tune? Yeah. Gabby
You
Rosin
can sing that one. Yeah,
love that one.
You can do that. Or you can sing, what's your favourite song apart from your single at the moment?
What my favourite songs to sing?
Oh, sing a bit of your single. Sing a bit of your single now.
Oh, the new ones.
Yeah.
We've got
Go on.
So what I like about my song called The Show Isn't Over is you think it's going to be sad because it starts with, here I sit alone in my hotel, it's 2 a.m, raining again, and you think, oh, it's going to be sad, but then it's all about lonely, I never feel lonely, music's always been my friend, a passion that will never end, and it's all about and it's all about, and then it goes, the show isn't over, to the audience and together, and it's all about that. It's all about, because people write these songs, don't they, about like, I finished my show and I'm so depressed. I'm like, no, bring on the next show. Bring on the next audience. Bring on the next gig. That's why I like being busy. I don't like not being on stage. I'm more sad when I'm at home on my own. That's why I go to garden centres.
Keep going to garden centres,
Yeah.
but more importantly, Voix, keep doing what you do and keep going on stage and keep doing the live shows. And I hope to see you at number one. I think Glastonbury next for your music.
Oh, Glastonbury. Well, Shirley Bassey did it in Wellies, didn't she? And I loved it
Glastonbury next. Blind Date on Disney.
Blind Date on Disney.
Blind Date and
I'd like to do Vegas. Love to do Vegas, Gabby.
have you tried? Have you asked?
No. Who do I ask? Is there a Vegas
Mr.
hotline?
Vegas.
Mr. Vegas,
Hold on.
if you're listening.
Hi.
Oh, she's on the phone.
Oh, hello. Mr. Vegas.
She knows
so,
everyone.
Voix is sitting opposite me. Voix would like to come and do Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, be Voix.
Yeah, residency.
Yeah,
Lavoiring.
residency. Yeah, where Adele was, please. We want that one.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. They said call them. Lovely. Thank you very
Perfect.
much, Mr. Las Vegas.
And do you know when Adele
is-
disappears at the end of her concert in all that confetti, she just falls through the stage? Have you seen that clip?
No.
Oh, so she finishes her last song and this massive amount of like rose petal confetti cascades so you can't see her. And then when it's cleared, she's disappeared. She falls down through a trapdoor.
And
Beautiful.
what
You've
are
got
you
to
gonna
watch it.
do?
Well, I thought you could come with me with some party poppers and we could recreate it on a much
So I
cheaper
pull
budget.
them?
You pull it and when those
Right.
streamers, I just quickly run off.
Okay, fine. Done.
Perfect, done.
Folks, thank you, Voix.
Thank you. And the tour will be called Lavoiring in Vegas.
Gabby Ross